Hello and welcome to Flippin' Through, the internet's #1 Mad Magazine news, review, and interview channel. And today we are flipping through the latest issue of Mad Magazine. And this is kind of unique because there's a fair amount of new material in here, just mostly not the stuff that you want it to be. Hey, if you are watching right now live, make sure that you hit like, hit subscribe, and leave a comment in the chat. I'm going to be going to the chat in just a few minutes here. But first, I want to say there's another way to support me. Did you know that? You can support me on patreon.com/flippinthrough. And what do you get if you support me? What do you get? Well, okay, I got some of the things. Oh, no, I got them all. You get well, I shouldn't show that, actually. You get a six set of stickers and a pretty awesome set of buttons. Here's the bad news about the stencil. This used to be a really awesome stencil that you get, but my 3D printer, it's like not working at all. I think it's finally shit the bed. It's like almost 10 years old, so I feel like that was a good run. I appreciate it. But until further notice, I got to like pause on the 3D printed stencils because I can't make them. So I apologize. I know at least one person is waiting on those. But these are the people that support me on Patreon right now. Jacqueline Gosling, Reflection of Perfection, Frank Snyder, Misimo, David Strickler, Megan McInerney, Shane Buckley, Bob Weigel, Cam Hayden, Rob Wilson, Rod Mead Sperry, Andrew Goldfarb, Casey Ori, and Little Cozy Nostril. Thank you guys so much for the support, and I hope I can keep on earning it. That's it. Oh, yeah. To the comments. But wait, no, before I do that, I have our special guest that I need to welcome into the stream. So please, everybody, give a warm round of applause to Kyle Bridgett, Little Cozy Nostril.
Oh.
Hey.
Hello. Funny meeting you here.
You get bored waiting?
What?
Did you get bored waiting?
I mean, no.
All right. Kyle, hey, guess what?
No, because I was reading National Lampoon.
Oh, of course. Hey, listen, though. I have a riddle for you. Okay? I don't want to put you on the spot. But what happens when you change the day of your live stream without any warning or explanation?
Nobody shows up.
Nobody shows up. We have 4 viewers here right now. Who would have predicted that? That just changing it and not letting anybody know would have a negative effect overall. Will you please mute your microphone when you're urinating?
No way, baby. It's part of nature. It's beautiful.
There's lots of things that are part of nature.
I'm a naturist, baby.
Oh, ew, he's drinking it.
Yeah, it's good for you.
Yeah. Hey, how about this? There's some people here. Look at Harvey Esquire. He showed up. Shane Buckley showed up. Thank you, you two. There's 3 others who are lurking in the background, not commenting. Angel, he showed up yesterday, as did Harvey, as did Sticks McFly. But yeah, I guess it serves me right. That's about all I have to say on that. But
yeah.
Anyway, how have you been?
Now, if this had been an additional stream to your usual Friday stream,
yeah,
I think you might be pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, like a bonus.
Yeah, you get like a little bit of a shine.
Yeah.
Pretty good. I was at the circus today. I went to the circus.
Which one?
One ring, no big deal. It's the sorry, I was supposed to get a haircut on Friday. I lost my wallet, so I missed my appointment. It was okay. It was the Great Benjamin Circus. I think they're based out of somewhere in Alberta.
Yeah.
And like I said, it was one ring circus in an arena. No animals, obviously. Now, when I was a kid, we had 3 rings.
Yeah.
And there was elephants.
Yeah, or bears.
I don't recall bears. I think the one I saw, it might have been ringlings. I tried. I honestly tried to cut my hair, but couldn't find my wallet. I cleaned up my studio space, and then every time I do that, there's like about 10 things I can't find.
Yeah.
Whereas normally I know it's like my wallet. It's on the floor where I took off my pants. It's a perfect system.
Well, so you went to the circus.
Yeah.
Last circus I went to, like you were saying, animals. But are there any international circuses, or is it like you
Cirque du
can't?
Soleil.
Are they international, or do they just have
They
an
are.
international sounding name?
No, I think they are international. They're like an
Okay.
international show, but that's like a weird kind of. It's not a regular circus. That's more like it's like Blue Man Group or something.
Art
Yeah.
house circus.
Art
house charades.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, when I was a kid, yeah, I think I went to the circus twice. They were both 3-ring, like huge circuses, circi. And
Circuitous.
yeah, they had the animals, they had the clowns. This one, it was very small, a lot of like acrobatics and stuff. And obviously there wasn't that many people involved in the actual production, because like you notice like, oh, this clown was also the juggler from earlier and stuff. And then the big ticket sort of thing was they had the big cage, the big ball cage
with the
and they
motorcycles.
went in there with dirt bikes. Yeah. They look like motorcycles, but they're a little bit smaller.
Yeah, those things are awesome.
Yeah, they had 2 in there going around. But I looked them up, and other times they have 4. So I don't know. Maybe they have a larger ball, if they have a larger arena or something, or it's outdoors. I don't know. But yeah, it was okay. I took my kid. That's why I got the tickets, because like, oh, take him to the circus.
Oh, I just assumed you were by your lonesome.
No. If they had elephants, I would. But they don't do that anymore because I guess you're not allowed to like abuse your property. So.
Yeah, like, well, what the hell? What am I supposed to do with my chattel?
Yeah.
I want to whip it and have it pretend to step on my head, but it won't.
Listen, your elephants aren't going to form a perfect pyramid unless you beat them a little. That's the bottom line.
Yeah. Hey, we have a podcast.
Oh, yes,
Did you know that?
I know about that better than anybody in the world.
You know more about the podcast than I do. That is for sure. I forgot, like a dope. I put your link to your thing. Oh, dude, look at.
It was the Great Benjamin Circus, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't mean to knock it and say it's rinky dink. It was a lot of fun. But it was about a third of the circuses that I grew up with, but that's just because of the animal.
Well, and it was 1 ring rather than 3 rings. It's exactly 1/3.
Yeah. That's how I did the math. Yeah.
Yeah.
Although I'm not sure if it scales up exactly.
No, roughly.
Yeah. Rounding up to a third, I think.
All right, hold on. This is circus talk. I took my kid to it. Yeah, not as fun as the olden days. Agreed. See, Darren Folds, all about animal abuse.
Well, it's just
you heard it here first. He agrees with everything we said right before he showed up.
Well, you know what my kid liked, aside from like the light up sword that he got that made like an irritating noise?
Yeah.
Was that at one point there was a guy came out, like one of their acrobats came out in like a full Spider-Man outfit, and he was just like, it's Spider-Man, he's here. And he was like very impressed by that. He was like, I can't believe I'm seeing the real Spider-Man.
Was it Spider-Man, or was it like the uniform was slightly different where they could
I think it was Spider-Man. Legally distinct version. No, it was it looked exactly like Spider-Man. It had the logo, had like the airbrushed on muscles, the way those sort of like Spider-Man Zentai suits work. And the acrobat, he cut a nice figure, so he looked good in it. He was a good looking Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Spider-Man. Yeah, but it was fun. Circus. There you go. Now I never have to go again.
Excellent.
Grandchildren.
Oh yeah.
And then I can go to a circus where it's like half a ring and there's like two people.
Yeah, well, then it'll turn out you can't abuse people, so there won't be any clowns or gymnasts there. It'll just be, you'll just take them to a comedy show. That's what it'll be.
It'll just be like you'll go and it'll be like a struggle session where you get like yelled at for like wanting to see people exploited for your entertainment, for your,
Yeah.
you know, for your sort of latent bloodlust or whatever.
Yeah. Shamed. That's the only way you get out of the circus, is by just admitting you were wrong. Potter's TV podcast. That's our podcast that we've been doing. We're like several episodes in, aren't we? Like 6 or 7? Which one?
I think we just recorded number 6.
All right.
It's been coming out approximately bi-weekly, with a video version coming out on the off week.
Mm-hmm.
Although I think I'm going to scale down the video version because it's starting to back up quite a bit. So I'm going to finish the next, like the current video episode I'm working on, and then I think I'm just going to do something different for video, maybe some clips or something. It's still worth checking out the channel.
Yeah, I will say, not only am I the maker of the Potter's CB podcast, the co-idiot, I'm also...
You don't have to do any work.
Yeah. That's not what I was going to say. I was going to say, not only am I on the podcast, but I'm also a listener. I find it immensely entertaining. And this one that we just recorded is fantastic. It's very nice.
You haven't listened to this one yet, though.
I know, but I was there when we recorded it. It has to be. It's got to be genius.
True.
But,
well, in everything I do, what I'm creating, I want to create the thing that I want to listen to. Yeah. And I think Potter's ZB is that. I think Potter's ZB is exactly like what I would want to hear in a podcast that was, not about Mad Magazine, but where Mad was the sort of prevailing ethos. Yeah. And I think it's good, so you should listen.
Yeah, I agree. It is something that you would want to listen to.
Yeah, me especially, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, you would. But if you want to write in to Potter's ZB Podcast, Potter's ZB Podcast at gmail.com. We had a glut of emails for this last episode. So if you sent in an email, it got read. So, and responded to, not just read.
Yeah. We didn't just read it and be like, okay, there's one.
Read it in my mind. It's like a minute of silence.
That's bad because it was like one paragraph email.
Yeah. Well, you know what? We can't all be good readers. Right?
Oh, you know what? Something else happened to me yesterday, and it was that I opened for the first time in my life
your mailbox,
a file at a comic store, like a pull list, which I'd never done before because I don't really read floppy comics, so it's like I've never had a need to have one. But I did it so that I
removed you rather than doing this.
So that I can get Mad pulled for me every time it comes out, because the comic store I have been going to get it, which they always have it, like they carry a lot of copies of it. They're a really good comic store, but they make you wear a mask when you go in still, which is kind of a pain in the ass. Yeah, and I went in with my kid when he was like 2.5, and he was like kind of pulling his mask down, and like the guy working there like came over and was like, "Put your mask on. What are you doing? You have to have your mask on in the store." It's like, he's 2.5. Like, tell me and I'll tell him to put his mask on. Like, I didn't know because I was like trying to look through my fogged up glasses at this Mad magazine I'm buying. So it's like I don't like to go in there as much anymore.
Yeah, that's intense. Then did he come up and he was like, scolded your son more, and he was like, "What are you, a trucker?"
Well, I was in with my wife, and so she took my son outside, and they waited outside for me. Which is today what they did, because I had my son. It's like, well, I can't bring him in there. It's like he's gonna, if he pulls down his mask because he's 3. It's hard to make him keep his mask on.
Yeah. You didn't get my outdated political reference.
Oh, what did you say there?
I said the guy asked your child if he was a trucker.
What? Is that like what truckers wearing masks? I don't
No,
know.
no, wasn't there a big thing in Canada where the
The
truckers took
convoy?
over?
You're talking about the
Yeah,
Freedom Convoy?
yeah, the Freedom Convoy.
I guess I think that was a
Whatever.
little
Darren would have
too
got
many
that joke.
steps. Who?
Darren.
Oh, is he a white supremacist too?
Yeah.
Like all those truckers?
Oh my god, dude! I need one of those napkins, man. I'm like, I turned off my air conditioner, and it's like I get this sunset heat, and it's like
I
I'm
use
dying.
bandanas, yeah.
Yeah, need like a little
very
napkin.
sweaty.
All right. What is this? Long time ago. What is he talking about? Harvey? Jeez Louise. I think Darren laughed after we implied that he was pro
He was a
animal
white
abuse.
supremacist. Oh. Was that someone else we said that about? Who's left in your audience that we could...
I don't know. I
Any
think
dweebs
Harvey,
in there
that's
we can
it.
make fun of? Harvey?
Harvey. The other two viewers are myself, opened in other tabs. Well, hey, how about this? How about we get into this magazine, all right? So that people can... Wait, where the hell is this? Am I doing this wrong? Yes, I am. Booyah. There we go. Did you flip through this issue before we met today?
I did only just flip through it. I haven't really taken a very good look.
There
So I
are some
picked it up right before the
interesting
circus.
things. There's some pretty interesting things in it.
I felt there's also some things that I've seen like 3 times in the past 2 years as well.
Oh, really? I didn't pick up on anything like that.
All right. Well, let's see. I was trying to confirm it, but I didn't really get a chance. So let's see.
All right.
So this is the Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yeah.
All the time or whatever, that movie.
And apparently if you saw this movie, you would really understand these references, like with hot dog fingers and googly eyes. I've not seen the film, but I get the pun. Nothing.
It's kind of a fun movie. I guess it won the Oscar. We were talking about this before. It won the Oscar, and so I guess that's why it's here on the cover now. But it feels late because it came out like I think in October or September or something.
Well, when people said it won the Oscar, that felt late. It was like, what the hell? Like, didn't that movie get released? I thought it got released like last year. I thought it would for sure not be this Oscar season, but what the hell do I know?
Well, this Oscar season is last year's movies. It's like doing your taxes.
Oh, I guess that makes sense then. All right. So
I believe that's your motto too. Actually, when you watch it.
Watching the Oscars is like doing your taxes. Stop on by, guys. This beautiful Norman Mingo cover from issue number, what the hell? Where is it? 106? Is that what it says? Yes. Personally, I love this cover.
They've added some googly eyes.
They added googly eyes and changed the background, which I'm fine with. I think it's kind of a cute little thing to do with the artwork. Yeah.
It's weird how like the light seems inconsistent on the googly eyes, but
oh yeah, it is. Look at it's there and there. I think it's the same googly eye. Just
no, because a couple of them the light source is over top of the pupil.
Oh yeah, I see it. All right. Well,
and some of them pupil to iris ratio is like a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
All right. What's Susie's little treat that she puts in here?
Oh, Casey, I'm glad that you like this this surprise stream. Next time, I think I'll announce it, but I don't know. It might be Saturday. I'm trying to figure it out because doing Friday in the summertime is kind of a pain in the butt. Yeah.
You should just do every day, and then if you do that for like say 4 years, you can collect that data and you can figure out the exact best days to have it on.
That's actually a really good idea. I think I might have to try that.
There you go.
I found it on page 19. Time travel tips. Should you use valet parallel universe parking? This one is like, it's a little surprising because, you know, there is the fake one that she always puts in, which a commenter on a recent video is like, they were like, hey, there's all sorts of typos. They put in gags in the table of contents and they aren't in the magazine. So I explained the the fun little gag, which, in fairness, was explained to me and you by Susie.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah. But there, if you'll notice, there's quite a few things that are not, that are new material.
They're trying to make up for the big boner they pulled last month.
What was the big boner? It was wishing him a happy birthday?
Yeah, like, and the issue came out like he was already dead. And like it ended with like, we wish you 100 more years. And they also had a ton of Jaffee in it, which like, you know what I do like though before you turn the page? I do like the googly eye in the middle of the letter A of Mad.
Logo.
Yeah, that's fun.
That is cute. I like that. Here, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna put something under here. I've noticed that if this is, what the hell? If this is at an angle, it's like not as shiny. There we go.
If it was just newsprint, you wouldn't have a problem.
Hold on. My machine is like, hold on.
What kind of machine are we talking about here? Infernal?
No, it's one of those Amazon things, and it was just like, if this is an emergency situation, please call the police.
Oh, what, Lexus or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't say it. All right, can I turn the page?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Booyah. What do we got here? This is a colored one. They colored it.
Carl Peterson is listed as a colorist.
Right, and that's a new guy. That's not...
It feels very sparse.
Yeah.
Like, I wonder if they kind of, like, erase some, like, lines and stuff to go with grays or something. I don't know.
Yeah. You know what's funny is that Mount Rushmore has been a gag for Don Martin on several occasions. And I think, like, this... basically the same joke was done, except they're like all on their hands and knees and their asses are sticking out.
Well, you know what? The first time I saw this joke was in Cracked, and it wasn't Mount Rushmore, it was Easter Island. It's like they're approaching Easter Island in a submarine, and then it's like all their bodies or the heads are down like underneath. And it looked better than this. But this must have been first, because this was 76, and he wasn't in Cracked until...
it was his thing? It was his?
Yeah, he did it. It was Don Martin in Cracked.
Yeah.
Because he was in Cracked for like 5 or 6 years there.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah. I think it looked better. Like, I think I think he had a bit of like, I don't know, like he was trying to like show up Mad a little bit with his artwork or something.
Yeah. Well, no, it's funny is that those heads on Easter Island, they actually do have little bodies.
Yeah, but they're not like they don't go under the ground to the ocean floor or whatever.
I mean, they haven't dug them all up. You don't know.
That's true. That's true.
So old Donnie boy, he went to that well quite a few times.
He did, yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like maybe when he was in Cracked, because I felt like his later stuff in Mad looks phoned in a little bit. Like, it looks like he's an older man who can't quite perform at the level that he had been in some of his sort of like later Mad stuff.
Yeah.
And I think there was more like people writing for him as well. Like, he wasn't like Duck Edwing, I think, was writing for him and stuff like that. But when he came to Cracked, it's just him like doing it again. And I kind of feel like he was like trying to prove himself again somehow, maybe to like Mad more than Cracked.
Yeah. Do you think, I mean, at that point though, didn't you, I think you were the one who told me he was like blind.
Yeah, he was like really poor eyesight. But his work, you wouldn't know to look at most of his work, I don't think, at Cracked.
Yeah.
You know? Because I'm always looking for that whenever I stumble across Don Martin and Cracked.
Yeah, you're like, let's see the flaws of this blind man.
I mean, the most frequent flaw is like it's a bunch of like African cannibals with like a guy in a stew pot. that's a frequent theme.
I don't know what I was doing. I was blind.
I thought I was not being racist.
With this issue, I mean, there isn't really a theme, is there? Like parallel universes, like
I guess. I mean, that's what Fantasy Island would be like.
yeah, like
Isn't that kind of like I never really watched that show, but it's like isn't that the show where they're like on an island where weird stuff happens?
yeah. Oh yeah, I guess. I've never watched it. I just know like the little that little fella that goes, the plane, the plane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tattoo? His name
I think he
Tattoo?
yeah, Tattoo. I think he phoned it in because he was fighting Gaines about book royalties.
That's a good possibility, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um and he was secure in his position.
Yeah. I'm in late.
The-
We did.
yes, you'll have to go back and watch the replay.
Yeah. No, there's no going back. This is like I'm just gonna kind of cruise through this because I don't know.
The
You
movie
guys,
parodies don't make good live stream reading so much.
yeah. Look at this. This is interesting. This guy, a guy falling and laying down, and then again repeated falling and laying down.
Yeah.
I wonder what that means. Here we have something beautiful. I think this one.
This is one of the ones I was talking about that I feel like I just saw this recently. Did they do like a travel issue or something?
That's a really good question if this one appeared. I have seen this one recently. It wasn't colored though, was it?
I don't recall. I don't mind the coloring job on this one as much though.
No. I think that this one may have originally been colored because it is by Prohías, but it was I think it was like a back cover or inside cover gag.
Yeah.
So it would have been color.
There's a really like sort of classic Sergio trope on the marginal there.
All right, let me zoom in. In hand.
I feel like this is a joke that he sort of like repurposed many times over.
Well, the flower sneezing and losing its petals, or just like that sneezing,
or a giraffe sneezing and losing its spots, or like, I don't know, like an Italian guy with his wife sneezing and his mustache is on her face or something. I don't know. I don't know if he
sneezing
did that one,
into a glass and then the stuff flies out. The liquid. What is it?
Yeah, I guess if he had like an empty cup and he's all wet. Yeah.
Yeah. Oop, sorry, wrong way. Yeah, I don't know. This is fun. I always liked it when they would do things with Prohías where he could draw like regular people and not.
Yeah, once he started Spy versus Spy, it was like, well, this is what you do now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that was his first appearance over there, right? At Mad
Was Spy versus Spy?
Yeah, I don't think he did stuff before that.
Well, he used to do more stuff.
Yeah, like he had the Hombre Sinestro or something, like the Sinister Man. And
that predates his Mad Run, doesn't it?
Yeah, that was stuff he was doing in Cuba. Cuba. But he would they would have him do,
or as some people call it, Kuper.
Kuper. Yeah, that's how JFK said it. JFK, that's a wild dude. They killed him, right?
Wait, the Cubans?
I don't know. Just they. Somebody killed him. Who knows?
I don't know. It could have been like a natural cause thing.
Listen, I don't want to get this channel taken down because we're going too deep. Okay, so
we're not going deep enough down the JFK.
Yeah.
Conspiracy rabbit hole.
This is a classic. The Caldwell of Chicken's Good Time Travel.
I don't think I've seen this. This is from 2007. I was definitely not reading Mad then. Love Caldwell.
Yeah. This was this is one that I have had I think I did a flip through with issue number 480. But aside from that, yeah, it is good. I remember liking this. But Caldwell, I forget how long he has been at Mad Magazine as an active artist and writer.
I think he was pretty fresh when I was a kid, reading Mad in the early 90s.
He started in the 80s.
Oh, did he?
I'm almost certain, yeah. And, yeah, it's wild. Maybe I should pull up Mad cover site. Let me reference some stuff. Yeah, he's, I don't know, he's been around forever, and he rocks, dude. The The world might never heard the name Colonel Sanders. Y'all being nice and quiet in there, Harlan? That's a good boy. They kidnapped him. They kidnapped a boy. That's the joke. Is Colonel Sanders was the Lindbergh baby.
There you go.
Hold on, I gotta type. Caldwell, John Caldwell. Here we go. First appearance. Okay, no, I was wrong. First appearance 1978 as a writer.
Oh wow!
And then
as a writer,
as an artist in '82.
In an issue, or in a paperback.
Nope, back cover, issue number 230.
What year again?
1982.
Jeez.
Yeah, he was there forever, dude. It was nuts. And whenever I'm reminded of it, I go, wow, that's a long time. I don't know what that means.
Well, that's a classic kind of like trope is like, do you kill baby Hitler, go back in time and kill baby Hitler, you know? Which obviously I couldn't do because my parents were, my grandmother was a war bride.
German? Oh.
No, very English, Scottish.
Yeah. Hold on a second. Wait, isn't there a mad artist with the last name Lute?
Lute?
Yeah.
No, you're thinking of the instrument.
Am I?
The lute?
No, there's like a John Lute. Wait, where is it? Where's the name? I see it somewhere. Oh no.
Control
no, I guess
F.
there's nobody named Lute. Well, yeah, that's what I'm doing. Control F. Bro, don't tell me how to search stuff on the internet.
Well,
I'm thinking
like
of
you're having
Luth.
trouble.
I'm thinking
Luth.
Luth.
You think of Tom Luth.
Tom Luth. That's what I was thinking of.
The colorist.
Yeah. But this is John Lute, who just said
That we're
Sanders
talking-
was a Hitler baby.
in the chat.
Yeah. I don't know. Weirder things have happened. Tom Richmond is dropped in the chat.
Just see if I'm behaving.
Yeah, like, what's that asshole saying about me today? Oh, man. They definitely make their share of wrong place, wrong time appearances. I don't know. Just relax.
I feel like this is a funnier concept than an actual practice.
Oh, man, this is the greatest thing you ever read. Just relax.
I do like guillotine jokes.
They'd spend a little time taking in the French Revolution when people's heads were being chopped off. Hey, Pierre, don't just kneel there. Run around. That's a classic.
I actually submitted a comic to Mad that was like chickens at the guillotine.
Yeah.
And they pull it, and then the body runs around.
Yeah.
And there's like blood flying everywhere. But maybe they didn't go for it because of this, and I hadn't seen this because this is from when I wasn't reading Mad.
You just had something in Freaky, a guillotine humor.
Yeah, I'm trying to bring it back. I'm trying to make
Dude,
the
you can do
guillotine
it.
my thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to submit to Freaky, I think, next week. So I think I'll try to put another guillotine one in there.
Nice. Guillotines are sick, dude. How about this? Mad peek behind the scenes at a resort hotel.
So you must be happy. This is Bob Clark.
I am. I'm happy as hell. Yeah, I was so excited when I saw that. I briefly looked through this, but this issue has been read by somebody in my household. I let my daughter read it. So I'm hoping as I go through it like more thoroughly that I didn't expose her to anything that was inappropriate.
Well, I also let my 3-year-old thumb through it, so...
Yeah.
Because he really likes Alfred E. Neuman,
Yeah.
as he calls him. He thinks Freddie is the middle name. But I think he didn't see him after the first couple pages, and he was like, I don't want this.
Yeah.
He found it on the floor.
Yeah, but that's like, the problem is my child can read like really
There
well.
you go.
Yeah, she reads
Yeah.
like at my reading level.
That's because you didn't give her Mad when she was younger.
I know. I should have handicapped her in some way.
There you go.
Yeah. But it's a resort hotel, and it's beautiful. I mean, like, honestly, Bob Clark is just like, look at this lady. She's like curvaceous and stuff. Whew. I just love Bob Clark, dude.
Yeah, he's a little. I don't know what's the word I'm looking for. I don't know. I mean, he's really talented. I really like him, but he's a little. I don't know, of his time or whatever. His sort of style of drawing is a little bit kind of like 70s, 60s, 70s, kind of cutesy greeting card kind of thing a little
Dude.
bit.
Dude. I mean, this one maybe, but it's like,
He's
no.
kind of provincial, you know?
Dude, I'm taking offense to it. He had some of his stuff in the 60s and 70s is so sick. Like this one does look like, I don't know, it looks very dated. But he did this one where it was like, I want to find it again. It was like one of the funniest articles I've seen in that, where it was something about feminism. There was these illustrations of these feminists like burning bras and just like complaining about a bunch of shit. And it was amazing. It was like it was such a great illustration. Um,
He does sometimes he does bust out other styles,
yeah.
but like I think this is a kind of trademark Bob Clark style. This is a style you think of.
No, not me. No way. Not this.
Yeah.
Maybe the cover or like this one a little bit more is his, but no, not. I mean,
Well,
dude, no. Look at the original art I have is more like what I think of.
maybe it's because you see it every day.
Uh-oh. Your mic is actually funny. It's clipping?
Yeah, I was having trouble hearing you in my
shit.
my one ear.
All right. Well, now I sound fantastic again. I got my computer doing a lot of stuff, so that might be the problem.
Got to pause those downloads.
Dude, I got to run those torrents 24/7, okay? This is my seed computer.
So just like things like the way that he uses like the sort of vertical hatching, like for all of the shading.
Yeah.
It's like I feel like that's very much like a sort of kind of like a greeting card kind of like professional illustration trope, you know, probably going back to like the 50s and 60s. You know?
Yes. Now I'm like a little charmed by that vertical hatching, but this does like this style, so like you see the bellhops and everything. It does kind of remind me of like, I mean, I don't even know.
It's cutesy. It's a little cutesy, very cutesy, you know.
But that's not how he's normally doing it. I will accept that.
I feel like he's pretty cutesy.
I will accept that criticism for this piece, and I think it's accurate. But this, I don't think that's true of all of his work.
I do feel like this is very much representative of what I think of when I think of Bob Clark. But is he in here anymore? No,
I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay. Because like I saw this, I was like, oh, Bob Clark.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you've had 666 for a few days. I've been
Bro, no,
like,
that's actually
send you.
Really bad because I had 667 when I started the stream. That means I lost one as we were on the air.
Well, don't feel bad because I think like people like they get kicked off of YouTube and stuff, and
yeah,
and then you lose them. It's not your fault. It's not like people were like someone tuned in yesterday and was like, "What? No stream?"
Oh, that has happened.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely happened. All right. Well, we'll keep moving on.
Peter Bag.
Yeah, your boy.
I don't know if he's my boy, but I do like Peter Bag. Yeah.
Yeah, you're like you're always talking about hate.
I mean, I don't think I'm always talking about hate, but it is a kind of like seminal comic series.
Constantly talking about it.
I just think it comes up like often every time I publish a video. Usually I gain subscribers, but sometimes I'll like lose one or two right off the bat and then do a jump.
Yeah.
I think YouTube doesn't like give you your counts live. I think they claim it. They claim that they are, but I think they roll them out slow.
Yeah. It's I don't know. frustrating at times. But
it's really hard to grow on YouTube.
Yeah, you know what matters though is I'm having fun. That's what really matters to me.
I mean, it'd be nice to be making the cheddar too, you know?
Yeah, that'd be like gravy though, really. Don't you know I'm a teacher? I make a lot of money.
In Canada, that would be true.
Yeah, I think I remember this conversation where I was like,
yeah, they make like
depressed.
90 grand.
Yeah, fuck. That's nuts, dude. Dude, if I had made 90
no, I mean that's
grand,
probably low. That's probably the low by. Well, it's Canadian, so that's probably only like 70 grand or something. But like,
right.
That's low by like probably European standards or something, you know.
Dude, that'd be so. If I had summers off and I made that much money, that'd be unreal. I'd be the happiest dude in the world.
Yeah, I know a guy who's like, he's a vice principal now, but like when he would go down to the States, he didn't like to tell people he was a teacher because people assumed he didn't have any money.
Yeah.
But he was like a single dude that like owned his own house and was like a teacher and didn't have like any like partner or kids, and he had nothing but disposable income, you know?
Oh my God. What a bastard. Ways to avoid paying to check a suitcase when you fly. Got dress in layers. Wear 8 pairs of underwear, 4 pairs of pants, 6 shirts, 3 jackets means 1 less suitcase to check. Not only will you save money, but if you're hit by a car, it just may save your life.
I've done that trick, basically.
Really? Just layer
well, that
up?
Sombrero behind me over here.
Yeah.
I wore that on a plane, so I didn't have to check it.
Wait,
they were like...
Coming back from Mexico?
This no, I bought it in Ontario, but this was sort of before the ramp up of the cultural appropriation discussion, so I didn't have to worry about getting canceled, having my flight canceled. But
dude, as we talked about on this podcast, the next one that's coming out, if a Mexican saw you wearing that, they'd be like, "That's pretty sick, bro."
Look, if I had the fake mustache and like was doing like an accent, I think that might be problematic. But I was just wearing the hat.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, because I had all my luggage, so it's like I couldn't check anything else, and I'm like, well, they don't. I've worn hats before.
Yeah. I dare you to tell me I can't wear a hat on the airplane.
Yeah. The person next to me didn't like it though.
Yeah. Hey, Pancake Heater. Thanks for tuning in. That's a new face.
There you go.
Well, I hope.
Wait, did you say Pancake Eater or Pancake Heater?
What did I say? Heater.
Okay, I thought you said Eater.
No. I'm very good at reading. Yeah. Harvey, I always thought it's been 666. I've never heard of 616. We're not getting biblical. Anyway, we're going to zoom out because I thought this was kind of cool. The mad peek behind the scenes at a national park. Does anything stand out to you about this, Kyle?
I mean, the colorization is jarring, right? Because this is Woodbridge.
Yeah.
So it must have been colored after the fact, right? Like,
yeah, this is
date. Oh no, 2001.
This is colored by. Whoa, 2001. I assume this is recently colored.
It might have been in color at the time. It does feel a little saturated, though. It feels like that kind of like digital coloring. So it might have been like an early coloring job.
Yeah.
Why would you want to color Woodbridge, you know?
Well, this is what I will say. Wait, what issue is it? I'm going to see if they have... Mad Cover Site has...
408.
408.
When did they go color? It was around that time. I think 2000 something.
What are the 50 worst things about sports? Oh, he doesn't have this issue up for any of the links. I think 2001. I don't know, dude. I don't know if it's color or not.
I'll check. It's 408.
Yeah.
Did I say?
I think it may have been black and white, actually.
Did they when they went color? Was everything color, or was like some things color and some things not color?
It was not consistent. So yeah, they would do some things color, some things not. right off the bat. Like you had things like a Mad Look At that, even though it was printed on this like glossy paper, was still black and white.
Okay.
Now look at some people. Yeah, all the hip Bibles have 616. Colorizing Woodbridge is horrifying. And then, hey, Kyle, you should be a bartender.
It's good career.
I don't know what that means. Like, is that a dig at you, or is it some type of reference?
I mean, I don't take it as an insult. I know many bartenders.
Yeah.
Why the heck is this?
A
lot of ads. Jesus Christ, in this issue.
Dude, it's the dark ages, man. On some of the videos I do in this area, I'll do like tally marks as I go.
It was in color.
It was.
Oh, okay. It looks awful. It looks better here than it did there.
Well, here's the thing: is I thought it was like, I did not find it horrifying. I did not have this negative reaction that you guys had. I'm not a reactionary when it comes to colorizing.
Oh my God, that's not what that means.
Yes,
I mean, it depends.
Because you are saying you shouldn't color Woodbridge, so you want to go back to the olden times. And I'm saying I embrace colorized Woodbridge.
No. If it was like, I was saying that, like, if anything, I'd be saying, like, we should go back to colorized in the way that the original Mad comic book was or something. That would be more reactionary, I think.
All right. Well, I guess my statement still stands. I'm not being a reactionary.
You're reacting.
And my reaction
Or you're not reacting.
My reaction was positive. I thought it was kind of cool. And I think that like the colorizing of it, colorization, was like, it's a decent job. Better than some of the other post-mortem colorizations that I've seen. So I don't know. I guess it makes sense that this
isn't post-mortem. This is like, yeah.
That's what I was going to say is it makes more sense then that this was colored originally. But yeah,
I like that this page is laid out like like a 17th century painting or something, where it's like everything's happening at once, and they've sort of divided up the scene to make it like panels, but keep it like it's one image. Even though it kind of doesn't make sense as one image.
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying. Yeah, with
although I think the color is hurting that again, because some of these backgrounds seem too deep. Like you don't see like if you look at the like left center, there, it's like you would see like trunks coming down from the trees, right? But when you see the shade there, it kind of doesn't work.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know. Just the other day, someone posted on a Mad Facebook group I'm in. I got to find out what issue it was in. It was a Noah's Ark cartoon by George Woodbridge, but not like the classic Bible musical one. It was like another just like single page, and it was incredible. Like his line work is so good. Like he's such a skilled illustrator, and then I feel like the coloring is kind of like washing out the ink. But this wouldn't have been on any crappier paper than this, would it?
No, this would be this wouldn't be newsprint.
Pretty much the same.
No,
that's newsprint still? They're printing color on newsprint?
No. I was saying this wouldn't have been newsprint. It would have been something comparable to like what they have now, where it was like the glossy stuff. Which
I mean, if Mad was really going all in on being a nostalgia brand, it would have a mix of papers, and that would be really cool. Would
that be like expensive or difficult to do?
Well, I think it would have to be. I think this is a problem with Mad becoming a nostalgia brand, is it's still trying to like be, capital C cheap,
Dude, what if they switched to newsprint? That
for
would
an
be
issue
sick.
that might be nice or something.
No, for all of them.
Well, I think it depends. Or if they did newsprint, but with like some of this stuff mixed in, so you could have some like back covers in there and stuff like that.
Well, I bet if you did, I mean, you can print color on newsprint fairly well now.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, Cracked used to do it a lot.
Yeah.
But it does. It looks a little washed out, like an old comic, you know. But I mean, that's cool for some things.
Yeah.
That would be cool if they used that to like print, you know, tales calculated to drive you mad, you know.
Dude. All right, Suze, if you're watching, how about this? You let Kyle and I curate a throwback issue of Mad Magazine, and we do it on newsprint.
There you go. That'd be fun.
We would have that Woodbridge, the musical, the Bible musical. It would probably be a lot of Bible stuff.
Well, I'd want to put in the Mad musical.
With Dagwood and
Yeah, the one that Wally Wood did, because that still stands as like a very interesting article. I think that like it stands out amongst Mad articles.
I would have there's a few Frank Jacobs things where he would well, I don't want to spoil the issue because I think Jesus Christ.
What? Hold on. Okay. Ooh, that's good stuff.
Is that hot? Is it hot tea?
It's hot coffee. Although it could be hotter. Could be hotter. I made it
Dude, you're
around
drinking
noon.
coffee at this time?
It's only 10:53.
Holy shit. You're a madman.
I stop an hour before I go to bed.
Yeah. Ooh, look
Then I
at he
switch to
knows.
liquor.
If you say Susie 3 times, she will appear. I don't know, dude. I think you should email her and be like, let us curate one issue. Gratis.
She wouldn't even waste the time to tell me to go fuck myself. She would just not respond.
Dude, do you know how many...
in fact, I would be insulted if she put in the effort to respond.
Oh, dude, you got to reach out. You have to reach out. That'd be such a good idea.
You know what I want to reach out to Susie about? I want to reach out to Susie to come on Potter ZB and talk about Evel Knievel.
Okay, but then also ask her about...
Leave her alone. She's trying to fly under the wire, I think.
Dude, it'll be like, what's more under the wire than having free labor?
Oh, wait. Oh, we're also doing it for free?
Yeah, we're doing it for free.
Nuts to you. I'm a professional, buddy.
Exposure, baby.
I've already been in Mad like 9 times.
One time fewer than
I haven't been an
Wolverton.
editor there, though, yet.
Dude, wouldn't that be fun? Dude,
yeah, that would be
editor
fun.
at Mad.
They brought in like one guest editor, but they're not spending any money on Mad. That's the thing. Like they're not doing anything new.
That's why it would be fun, because it's like...
Will we be technically scabs because of the writer's strike?
No, because this doesn't involve writing.
Well, except for that one joke.
Oh, the joke one. Let her do it.
Yeah. Okay, there you go.
I'm not in the
She can
writer's
scab.
guild. Yeah, I don't mind scabbing. Dude, I'm going to harass you about this. I'm actually like very excited about this idea.
What? The Evel Knievel idea?
No. Yeah, that'll be fine and fun.
Oh, the Mad.
Yeah.
What do you? That's not going to happen.
Dude, it's
not a
already
realistic
in
thing.
my mind. It's already happening.
No.
Yes.
It's not happening.
Yes, dude. We're doing it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be so sick.
Look, it's not that I wouldn't want to do it. It's that there's no path to this happening.
Dude, you get on that email and you write her, and then you CC me on it, and you say,
I'm not doing that.
Dear Suze.
I'm not doing that.
I'm not, dude, I'm not dropping this. I'll drop it
I'm
now.
not doing that. I'm not giving you her email.
I'm sliding into your DMs, and I'm going to be talking to you about this.
That's fine.
All right. Oh, dude. All right, so.
People talk to me about things all day long. Think I care?
Oh. Dude. All right. Spy versus Spy. Scene number 9. Sorry, I need a little sipperoo. Dude, look at John Lute agrees.
Throwback issue. Every issue is a throwback. Oh, you mean because of the newsprint?
Oh yeah. Yes, the one that we design and we have newsprint.
With the newsprint, yeah.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
would be so sick.
Well, I mean, it'd be
Uh,
nice if it was like a luxury brand, if it was like more money, but like, had like they reprinted like old stickers or iron-ons, or like that the cutout and make your own
shh,
uh
stop. Don't
oh, you're
mention
doing
stuff
something with
like.
that?
Well, no, that's like just no more ideas about what we would put in our issue. Okay,
Okay, fine.
just because I had that in my mind. I was like, well, that would for sure having like something like that would be sick.
Okay, well, I won't say anything else.
All right, thank you.
But you know what's going to happen. What
What?
happens every time you tell me to shut up about something is not even 3 minutes later you're talking about it.
Oh, good point. When did that happen? That happened very recently, didn't it?
That happened on Potter's EB, but that's also happened, I think, on your show.
All right. Uh,
This is a classic Spy versus Spy.
yeah. Dude, wait, do I remember this one? Oh, I'm looking at this as if it's a setup, and it's not. It's like this separate cartoon that you get.
No, but
Um,
I think the throwaway cartoon at the beginning, um, I think that is the thing that I remember the most, like that particular image.
yeah.
So,
It's sometimes like these one panel ones are so good at telling an entire story. Like having the white spy like raucously applauding, and then this
hmm
dork, coming out all proud, ready to play, and he's about to get his ass burnt.
I like his like composer hairdo.
Yeah, oh, slicked back.
It's kind of long, like Beethoven or something.
Yeah, he also does this other thing. It's so weird because like other details in his comics are like lacking, but when he draws wood, like he'll draw this intricate grain on wood.
Yeah, which is like usually a bad move for like an
Yeah,
artist to do, because it kind of like often gives too much weight to that area with the wood.
yeah,
And here he's done a good job of actually kind of like it's actually framing in the cartoon, right? So he's got the dark spy in the top corner, and then in like the other corners and the middle, he's got that sort of dark wood grain, and so it like really draws your eye to this image, which has a lot of depth too, right? Because it's got that
yes.
like it's like got these sort of layers of like fake scenery and stuff. So it has kind of a diorama kind of feel.
It absolutely does. Oh, I love it. This is a fun one just to like stare at. Oh, that'd be fun. Like a little spy versus spy diorama. Put one
Yeah,
of those together.
Spy versus Spyorama.
Ooh,
You make a lot
oh
of
shit.
dioramas?
Um, no, I
Hmm.
used to.
Really?
Yeah, I used to like
Like in
do
school?
models. Like no, like well, yeah, in school, but then also like when I would make models, like model cars, like
Okay.
or like
Okay.
yeah, I like hobbies, dude.
There you go.
I contain multitudes. All right, what is this? Oh, it's a customs house. Oh shit. I love that. I have this theory that spy versus spy, it's always a different spy. Like there's no one black spy or white spy. Every time one dies, it's gone.
Yeah, they're like MI6 or something,
Yeah, because
or
look at
MI5 or whatever it is. It's like
he's like
Bond.
he sees him and he has to refer. This is like a new spy. He has to like look up. He's like, oh shit, it is a black spy, right? Like
Wait,
at
is
this.
that a black spy? Get out the color.
Yeah,
Get out the color chart. Yes.
you would think he would know that by now. He wouldn't be surprised by that. But that's why they're constantly being surprised by things that they should be able to anticipate.
Mm,
Yeah,
that makes sense.
yeah. Everything, everywhere, all at once. And then look at some more. What's this? All right, what's the gag here? It goes underwater and he has really long legs.
Oh no, it's
Oh, there it
I
is.
thought
Okay.
I didn't say it, but I thought it was going to be like an inflatable doll.
Yeah.
That's a classic Don Martin kind of bit too.
Dude, that's like that would be very racy.
He did that a lot. He did the one where they're at the beach and it's like all the everyone's like opening up their inflatable thing, and
Yeah.
then the like, kind of like creepy kid open like they open up like their it'll be like a ring, inflatable ring or whatever, and then they run out into the ocean, and the last kid opens up and it's the inflatable doll, and then he runs back to the change rooms.
Casey Ori, he liked something you said. I don't know what it was.
Probably the Don Martin joke.
Yeah, probably. No, it like preceded that.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Well, I'm a very funny guy.
All right. So here we have the mad world of travel and artist Mark Hempel. I can only assume that it's because it has the word world in it.
Well, it's everywhere you travel.
Yeah.
Did they do a travel issue kind of recently? It's hard. The themes are kind of not clearly defined.
No. And I mean, it's like, yeah, how memorable will they be ever?
Well, especially
It's
when
like-
you've seen them all before. Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of Don Martin in this.
Well, okay, so there is before this the doctor's issue, then technology, and then soup to nuts. Then the 70-year anniversary issue, then a horror issue, then I don't know, Alfred E. Neuman with nuts out greed, gets nutty about greed. I don't know.
That's where they finally ripped off Nuts magazine.
Yeah, got a squirrel in there,
Yeah.
dude. You know what? There's a lot of nuts imitators out there.
Oh, I didn't mention this when we were recording Potter ZB the other day, but remember we were talking about the squirrel from Nuts in the
Yes.
most recent episode, the mascot red-handed department.
Yeah.
And I said, I think they just use them on the logo. No, I actually found some shots from inside the magazine, and they have a bunch of different like images of him, like
Oh,
doing crazy stuff. So,
yeah, getting nuts.
yeah.
How about this? Anyone think it's a tease that Mad would have a cover referencing a recent film and not have the corresponding film parody inside? I got excited for a sec and thought they had new material. Well, like
They
I
do
said,
have some new material, but
yeah, like I said at the start, they got new material, just not the new material you want. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess I could see why it's a little bit of a tease. It doesn't bother me that much just because,
you weren't
guess
expecting it.
yeah, I just don't expect any new material aside from the fold-in and the cover. That's it. So, yeah. Here, let's see if can I get back to this? Dude, there we go.
There we go.
Yeah, Mark Hempel. He's got a unique style.
Yeah. Do you think he could have been someone to take over Monroe?
Oh, I could see that. Same kind of like brushy style. Yeah, but he could, but it would suck because it's like they did have somebody take it over from Bill Ray. Later on, and it just didn't feel the same, like, at all. And that's not like to crap on the artist. It's just,
Well, you don't want it to feel the same. Like, you want it to have the same kind of vibes, but you do want it to be different, right? Because, like, just like Spy versus Spy, like, during the, like, years where, like, Prohías was dead and, like, but Kuper hadn't taken over yet.
yeah.
It's like those Spy versus Spies feel so generic,
Yeah, they are weird. They aren't different enough. And at first, like when Kuper started, I don't think I was super on board with it, with that change of visual style. I liked the continuity, but now at this point, like especially as time went on, I just appreciated it a whole lot more.
I was angry when I first saw it because I think I was also seeing Mad in color and having ads, basically all like pretty close together. I was just like, this is all changing. I grew up with this. I was being a bit of a reactionary, but
why do you get to use it?
Because I know what it means,
dude. Just yet another R word that I'm not allowed to say.
Anyway, Yeah, but then I came around to it pretty quick,
Yeah.
because I was also young. Once I got a little bit older, and then I was looking at it again, I was like, this is great, actually. Like, this is fantastic. Like, I love reading Kuper Spy versus Spy, just as much as I love reading Prohías, I would say.
Yeah. The video that I posted today was like, there was a Kuper Spy versus Spy, and I think like one of his strongest characteristics as like a cartoonist doing Spy versus Spy is the way that he plays with the panels.
Yeah.
The way like they'll nest or there'll be triangles, or he just it makes it like fun to read his cartoons.
He's always been very experimental with the form.
Yeah.
I remember the very first Kuper comic I ever saw. It was like he's photocopied part of like a dollar bill.
Yeah.
And he has this like sort of like rich capitalist type guy walk past, and he's lighting a cigar with the dollar bill, and he's like on the dollar bill, and he throws the lit bill, and then the bill catches on fire, and it like burns him too as part of like the framing device. And he's always been like that. He's always been very experimental with the form, which is like always refreshing to see. It's
especially impressive as a reader because it's like, I can't think of ways to be inventive with something like that. So it's like to see something and just like have this idea as a reader of what comics are or what they'll look like and what to expect, and then see somebody do something new at this point is pretty cool.
Yeah, he's a master for sure.
Yeah. All right, let's get booyah. Oh, I forgot to zoom out while we were like that. Dude, they're going nuts with Don Martin.
Yeah, he's in this a lot. Was it his birthday or something? Better watch out. He'll be dead next month.
I was about to say, hold on, I have 98 more happy years to you, Don. Angel, nice to see you, dude. Oh, know what, though? It is, we are about halfway. Wait, where's the halfway through point? Oh, it's in like 2.
It was 8 minutes ago. Oh, you mean the issue or the...
Of the issue.
Episode?
Yeah. Hey, why don't we do a little intermish?
Sounds good.
So we can use the potty. Hey, you guys, we're going to watch a little video made by Little Cozy Nostro, the Flippin' intermission. Stick around for more of the latest issue of Mad Magazine.
It's a gas!
Here it is, the 4th of July, and I'm sitting in the dark all by myself, waiting for the sun to come up. Boy, life is sure strange. And they say we only come this way once. What did I come this way for? It's getting light. The sun is coming up. I can't look. I can't stand the suspense. But I have to look. I have to know. Will I see the sun? Or will I see a baseball? What will I see? Good grief.
Hello and welcome back to Hello and welcome back to Flippin' Through the Internet's #1 Mad Magazine news, review, and interview channel. And today we're live flipping through the latest issue of Mad Magazine with Kyle Bridgett, Little Cozy Nostril. Before I go on, I did this live stream on Saturday, and next Saturday, or maybe Friday, or maybe Sunday, I don't know, probably Friday or Saturday, I'm going to be doing another one. 2 weeks in a row, I'll be doing the live stream because I had some changes in my schedule. So I'll do double week and then back to every other week. So make sure that you guys mark your calendar, all right? Don't make plans, guys, all right? Jeez Louise. Kyle Bridgett and I have something awesome, and that is Potter ZB podcast. You can find that. There's a link down in the description of this video. There's a link for Kyle's channel down in the description of this video, and there is a link right there in the chat that I just put in. So you can subscribe on Apple, Spotify, Stitcher, Pandora, iHeartRadio, and Amazon if you really, really want to do that. That would be awesome. I'd freaking love doing the show. It's I have like a ton of fun doing it, and I think you guys would really, really enjoy it as well. So give it a listen. Share it with your friends and family, especially old people. If you know some old people, send it their way. They'll love it, especially that second episode. Old people will love that. Hey, welcome back. Little Cozy Nostril, what's up?
Welcome back. Welcome back to me.
Yeah. Look at that.
I mean, it feels like you're back because I'm in the same room.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. How about this? Look at this. Angel. Angel rubbing it in that I've lost a subscriber. You and Angel think you're so funny.
Ooh, that's crisp.
What are you drinking now?
I'm drinking Dark and Stormy.
Is it a beer?
No, it's rum and ginger beer. Like I said, an hour before bed, I can switch to alcohol.
That's not a good habit. Please tell me you're joking.
No, but I do sometimes like to have a drink in the evening. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Oh my goodness.
And I do quick coffee after about an hour before bed.
Dude, second person. They're
saying making better money.
They say retire from art, go be a bartender. That's what they're saying. Anyway, that's not what I'm saying.
I did want to be a bartender, but I never had like a lot of service industry jobs, so I never got the bartender gig.
Yeah, when I was
I never had the experience, you know.
Was this the case for you? I always thought people working in the service industry were so cool, and that's why I never did it. I was like, I'm not cool enough to do that job. Like they're also like comfortable talking to you, and it's like,
yeah,
goddamn, you guys are like, you're awesome, and I'm just some loser who's going to college. No, that's a joke. I didn't go to college until I was well into adulthood. Anyway, how about this, guys? One morning at the bus here in the middle. Is this?
Is that the last of it? It's got to be the last of it.
That better be the last of it. That's all I'm going to say. I was so excited for it. I feel like this is one, though, that I do need to make sure I didn't expose my daughter to something inappropriate, because Teresa Burns Parkhurst gets weird. And I love it. She's amazing. She's one of the few artists and writers that will make me laugh out loud.
She's very funny. She's a very funny person.
Yeah. I think she's like Caldwell, where she's really good at like pacing, and she'll have kind of like, ones where it'll be like, huh, that's funny. And then others that kind of like builds up, and you'll get like a real laugher, a real knee slapper. And I think I found it on this page, which is the puppy transporter. Your relief. Realizing that your neighbor's ass isn't panting is short-lived when you find out what is breathing heavily. A terrified pup under her seat that's peeing and farting its way across the continent. You'd ask for a seat change if your pesky windpipe wasn't closing up because of your dander allergy.
It's kind of crazy they let you just bring your dog in like a suitcase on the plane.
Dude, I think I've shared my thoughts on dogs in public already.
Yeah, you think dogs should be like a dirty little secret that people, keep at home and don't share.
Or at least that people recognize is an inconvenience to others.
That is the thing that dog owners rarely recognize.
Some of them seem incapable of recognizing it.
Yeah. And I mean, like, kids are that way too, but the thing about kids is they're people. So they get a pass.
Yeah, and like, you will need my child one day. Like, when you're old and infirm, you're going to need somebody's child to take care of you. Mm-hmm. Your dog won't be there. So my child for you is like a necessary evil, really. Yeah. God.
And they're a person, and the dog is like property. So.
Yeah. You guys stop bringing up that I only have 666. I swear to God. Just please stop.
You had a good run there, because so I've got you on my featured channels at the bottom of my YouTube page, and then obviously we're listed as idiots on the Potter ZB page. So I check it out pretty frequently, just see what the numbers are at. Yeah. And you had a good run there where it's like there's like 3 or 4 days in a row you were going up like by 1 or 2 every day, and I was like, he's there. He's reached that point where he's just like gaining subscribers every day. And then I was going to tell you about it. I was like, dude, you're at 666. And then you just didn't move from there.
Yeah, that's what happens with my channel, and it's unpredictable for me. I'll like get like 15 subscribers over like 2 weeks. And then I'll sit for a while, and then I'll gain a bunch more, and then I'll sit, and it's just when I start gaining them, I don't get too excited.
I think there's a point that you hit where you just start gaining them every day, and then you gain more.
Yeah. Yeah, but the Castaway, Paul Coker. I like Paul Coker. Yeah. Paul Coker is one of those, like, if you said Paul Coker's style is dated and reads 70s, I wouldn't argue with that one bit.
I feel like his comics, not so much, but I think one thing that dates him is that he is so, like, he had his fingers so deep in all those Rankin Bass animations. Yeah. That, like, his style sort of is the 70s in a way, for, like, at least in a meaningful way for, like, a lot of people who grew up.
Yeah, dude.
And any era after that. So, like, I think that's what kind of dates his work. But it doesn't feel like he's doing like a house style at some sort of like, magazine. It feels like he is like, he has his own voice a little bit more.
Well, and maybe that's like what you were saying with maybe my impression of that feeling so 70s is that Rankin and Bass connection, because he designed all of those characters,
a lot of them,
was just and I mean, like people worship at the altar of Rankin and Bass, man. There's like people who are nuts over it. And then
most of them aren't good. Most of them are not, like, they're all neat to look at, but most of them are not good.
No, they benefited from an era where there was only 3 channels, so it's like everybody saw it. So it's like, oh, I guess this is Christmas now? Okay.
Yeah. Have you seen Mad Monster Party I think that's actually Davis. I think might have been on that one.
I don't know. I mean,
Mad Monster. That's like the Rankin Bass one where it's like a skeleton band. It's like Frankenstein.
Oh
and
no!
all the. I have a really nice copy of it, but it's like dubbed in Russian.
Yeah.
So I have to like take my really shitty copy and like match the audio up. But when I do that, maybe we should do like a watch along at Halloween or something.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Dude. What is this? I need to mention y'all YouTube channels on Mastodon more.
That's
dude, yeah, Mastodon. I don't even know how that place works, dude. Do you know Mastodon?
I'm not on there either. Yeah, I've tried to do Twitter a few times and I just don't care enough. It's hard for me to keep up with more than one social media thing at a time.
Dude, it's so hard.
Yeah.
Mastodon is like a Twitter that's not centralized, and so you're able to. I don't know how to explain it. Like you'll have to watch a whole YouTube video to explain it. It's like it's utterly complex. I don't know. I think the blockchain is involved. That is a gross oversimplification. All right, let's zoom in on this. This is like a weird one. I had to do it.
This is a wood bridge. This is a wood bridge.
Yeah.
Spy versus Spy. And I got to say, this is not like, who was the guy who was doing them most of the time?
Well, there
in
was
between. Started with an
Bob
M.
Clark and Doug Manick or Dave Manick.
That's who I'm thinking. Yeah, Dave Manick. Yeah. I think Woodbridge was more suited to it than either of them.
Yeah. I mean, like, surprisingly...
But still pretty generic.
It is generic. He doesn't capture that kind of... that style exactly, which I guess is
the
good.
Whimsy. It's the whimsy of Prohías. Like, his style is... there is a kind of, like, whimsy to it. And, like, also kind of like a Latin kind of charm to it, you know?
Yeah.
That you see in, like, in Sergio, even, I would say. Kind of warmth to it. But that said, like, Woodbridge, like, I love, like, where he's going through the suitcase and, like, all those items are flying out.
I was going to point to that one exactly. I was like, that's kind of a fun panel to see. Like,
it's just
it doesn't,
so clean.
Yeah. It doesn't read like a spy versus spy panel, but it's like, it's pretty awesome.
This is a weird layout, too. Like, with this, like, curve here.
Yeah.
It actually kind of, like, hurts the readability a little bit. Like, that's actually poor layout.
Yeah, it almost looks like you're supposed to go here, then down for some reason.
Yeah, panel 5 should stretch past, like, farther into panel 6, and then you would know where to go immediately.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, when you have that
sign.
break that lines up.
Not a good sign when you have to number your panels. Like, that's what you'll see kids do when they're like, oh, shit. I made a cartoon, but it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's like, I'm not willing to redraw or edit it, so... Oh, but this one goes on and on. When is this from? Oh
my god!
I remember the image, like the images of it stick in my head, but the actual like comic is kind of like 93.
Dude, this is kind of look at this, dude. This boot that smashes down on him.
Nice perspective, yeah.
Oh, dude, and all of those letters, having them reversed so that dude, that's pretty cool. I don't think I've ever read this before.
I've definitely read this because I have very distinct memories of like the contours of it. But I don't remember like what the exact pun was, or the exact punchline rather.
I like the BS shoe. Instead of like British Knights, it's BS. Dude, this is kind of fun. I like this.
Did he do any other Spy versus Spies?
God, let's go to Doug's webpage.
There were some other longer Spy versus Spies, weren't there? Like,
yeah.
Let me just
Never
Command F
seen
here.
it so complex. No, I mean, yeah, I think there were in like the paperbacks, there were special ones that he made that would have been more than a single page in a Mad issue. That
He did two. He did one in the following issue or the previous issue. He did one in the previous issue. Also written by Duck Edwing.
yeah, I wonder what the reaction was.
I mean,
like,
I
through the
remember
link.
I remember seeing it and being like really interested in it. And then on the dogs, it's like you really see Woodbridge's style coming through. Especially in that top panel, like the top panel on the like third page.
Oh yeah,
Like you can really see his style on the dogs. But like other than that, it's like the texture and the line work. It's like you can tell it's Woodbridge once you know, because you wouldn't expect him to be doing Spy versus Spy. But that's like one of the only places where it's like, oh yeah, that looks like his style there.
yeah. It's interesting, like, and I think that the way like this shading is done, like the shading on the floor, where it's just like adds a little bit of dimension, those like little speckles, and then that thing he does where it's like dark in the corner and it's solid, and then it just sort of dots out from there.
Yeah, it's directing your eye to the right spot.
It's so cool, and it's such like a small thing, but it like, I don't know that I've noticed that a ton before.
Well, Spy versus Spy is usually pretty tight.
Yeah,
Like, so it doesn't need a lot of extra stuff.
yeah.
But it does seem like he's trying to do something a little different with it. But they only got him to do two, so I don't know.
It's probably like after this one, he was like, God, this is too much goddamn work. Like,
Or
what the
well,
hell?
it seems almost like less work than he normally does.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
They probably just wanted to use him for other things.
Yeah. Here's Herman Mejia, my boy. I love Herman Mejia. I want to get him on the show. Dude, have you ever seen this show?
What is the show? The Amazing... Oh, this is The Amazing Race?
Yeah.
I had a cousin who, him and his father, I don't know if they went on or they, like... I think they might have, like, been recorded. Yeah, he did bring a lot of complexity. I think they were recorded, but I think not everything that's recorded, like, makes a season.
Yeah.
So I think they did, like, a season that didn't air.
Yeah.
But I've never actually watched it. I didn't watch any reality TV. Never did, really.
Now I didn't want to interrupt you at the time. Hello, Doug Guilford. Doug Guilford dropping in the chat. What up, dog? We were just talking about you. Well, about your website.
Yeah.
This is
I use that
exactly-
website like probably 20 times a week, I bet.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, Doug Guilford for sure knows my IP address. They always do stuff like this where it'll be people like this. Like I told you we got on the show. We're a natural. I have only one leg and you have only one arm. Well, we better win the $1 million. It's probably going to cost almost that much to get our limbs sewn back on. I know we didn't cut them off for nothing. And yeah, there'll be like a pregnant lady. It's always like the weirdest combinations of people. Dude, listen, I have talked a lot about Herman Mejia and how much I like his style. But I don't know that I've heard your thoughts on it. What do you...
I mean, I don't really. He's kind of like a later era guy, right? Like when did he start? Let's go for a site here.
Yeah. Pull it up. Dude, you're so slow. 1997, issue 356.
Yeah, so he came in like as I was like getting out of Mad, getting into heavy metal for the tits. Yeah, so I mean, I don't really have a lot of thoughts on him. I mean, he's good.
Dude, I love him, man. I love the way he does his caricatures. It just is like...
Yeah, they're fun.
And this one doesn't showcase it, but he also does like this watercolor work.
Yeah, that's usually what I think of.
Yeah.
Did
And
he
that
do
is
the
just
like the
beautiful.
tombstones quite a bit?
Yes.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
was
those
all
really
him
stand
when
out
it
in my mind.
started.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
dude. And that style especially. Like, I don't know. He just like this. Look at this chubby guy's face.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. You know, he's like obviously he's really good at drawing and like laying it out. I just don't really have any thoughts on him because I never really read him, and also like the movie parodies rarely interested me when I was reading Mad. And
Yeah.
even today they interest me the least of like any of the articles, you know?
Yeah. No, I'm with you on that one. But like, look at, I don't know, like the likenesses. He like captures the likenesses, but still makes them so grotesque.
He's a very nice caricaturist, and he doesn't feel like a Mort Drucker guy, you know?
Yeah.
You know how there's like a lot of those?
Yeah. Dude, what? After 544, he went by a different name?
Huh. Weird.
That is weird. Alejandro Rivas. What the hell? That's the type of
From-
insight we need.
Herman Mejia. Strange.
What the frick? Us.
Yeah, there's nothing about that name that really like says why. It's not like he converted to Islam or something. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna go by Cat Stevens. I'm gonna switch my name to Cat Stevens.
There
Yeah,
you
you aren't
go.
using it, Yusuf. Fuck off. Yeah, look at that. That's so interesting. He did like 7 issues as Rivas.
And then
It's-
he wasn't mad anymore because
Because it ended, yeah.
yeah.
He went all the way up to 550. Oh no, he went out. No,
I
I'm
went.
sorry.
I went further than that.
He went to issue 1 and 2.
Oh, I went further than that.
You did.
I went to like 7.
Well, I think he switched. He's now doing like fine art.
Oh,
I follow him
One
on
of those.
Instagram. I found him. I want to talk to him. Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah.
well, here's
The
what you do: you
professional
commission
art.
him. You commission him to make you some art, and then when he tries to get paid, you make him come on your show.
Be like, I'll pay you an exposure. I have 666 followers.
Oh, sorry, 665.
Ah!
You unfollowed.
Herman Mejia unsubscribed. That bastard. Look at here's a beautiful Al Jaffee one.
Oh my god, this is a concept that has come true.
Yeah.
When is this from?
Can I locate the time? No, what the hell? They hide it on me sometimes.
75. So yeah, this is definitely prophetic.
Oh, dude. Absolutely.
He's a bit of a horoscopist,
What does that mean?
like someone who like predicts the future.
Oh, like horoscope, horoscopus? It must be.
It might be
Similar.
horoscopist. I say horoscopist. That sounds better.
Oh, because I thought
Horoscopist.
I
Doesn't
thought you
make
were saying with
sense.
a B, horoscopus.
Horoscopus.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like to me. When
That's
you
how they
say
get
it.
around. They get on the horoscopus.
Horoscopus.
No change.
Hey, we're-
You know exactly what the fare is going to be.
They never ask, where's the bus?
They know you have a bus pass. Or if it's
Oh,
expired.
Hey, what's all right? Never mind. Yeah, this is like what is it? Like Ryanair and Sun Country and all of that, where it's like every little thing that you want, you have to pay.
It's a la
extra for.
carte.
Dude.
And they're looking into ways like, how can we cram more people in? Let's have double-deckered seats where it's like,
Yeah,
oh my God.
yeah. Why don't you?
They just
use
need to
this?
perfect putting people into stasis and then like shipping them in crates or something.
Dude, that would be sick. I mean, actually, that would be kind of horrifying, right? Like, I think going under is really bad for you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think it's not. You're not supposed to do it a bunch. People
Hmm.
die, dude.
People die from all kinds of things, though. Could be coincidence.
Nobody died from YouTube. YouTube poisoning.
Someone's died from YouTube.
Yeah. Probably a couple. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Probably some mass shooter posted to YouTube or something.
Yeah. Or so sad. It's like, oh, I can't get past 600 subscribers.
That's YouTube's fault, I think.
Yeah, it is. YouTube's bullying me.
This is 75. This one doesn't stand out as much as one that I've seen before.
What's that?
This airline one. I wonder if it wasn't as like reprinted.
No, I mean it doesn't. It's like it's fun and it's funny, but it certainly isn't. Doesn't capture the whimsy of look at, dude, the same joke. Since modern jet planes consume costly fuel in direct proportion to the amount of weight on board, the elimination of excess baggage could mean substantial savings. The system of no bag or one bag rebates could prove effective.
So that's the first time in this issue of at least 2 times, having like flipped through really quickly, where a joke was ruined before it happened. Like it happened. Joke. Yeah, there's another joke that they sort of do twice.
Oh,
at least one.
That's a bummer. I guess that's like the problem with themes, right? Oh, look at here. This is one of those new features. This is new material, just not the material that you wanted.
Well, this page, I feel like it doesn't count as new material because these are all...
Well, it's words.
I don't know. That doesn't count.
This is new? A photo of him? No, that was printed before, I bet.
In 2008, he was honored by the Rubens Awards as Cartoonist of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
In 2008, he was Cartoonist of the Year?
Yeah, a little late, right? Yeah.
Jeez. More like 1968.
It is this is kind of fun to look at, though, like some of his greatest hits.
Yeah.
There isn't the suicide one, which I think is one of his greatest ever.
With the artist that like draws the carpet and then goes up and jumps off.
Yeah, I viewed it as he's painting a frame on the cement, and then splatter paints himself.
You know what else is conspicuously absent from this is the fly on the side of the building, where it's like he's got the plans for like it's like the blueprint for the building, and he hits the fly, and then they show the building, and it's got the fly built into it, the crushed fly. I feel like that's a real.
You like that one? You brought that up before.
Well, I think that's one of his more iconic comics. I think people recognize that one a lot.
Yeah.
They're not doing some 19th century spirit photography of him, or it's not one of those like
it's like a Civil War, where they like have the guy propped up.
Or they have him like playing cards and drinking alcohol or something.
Yeah. This is one of my favorites. I think it's a lot of people's favorites. The drawings and then the constructed versions of them.
Someone posted on Facebook the other day. They had the rocket that was used for the photo.
Really?
I think it was a rocket, and I can't remember who it was, but they knew Al Jaffee, and it had been lost for years. And it turns out it was just like high up on a shelf, collecting dust, and someone found it. And I guess like I don't know if he gave it to him or whatever.
Yeah, it's like this is you talk about like the whimsy of everything like this. When you look at it as a young person versus an old person, it's like one of those rare cartoons or like features in Mad where it's like it has very different meaning, right? Like now I have children who are making these goofball drawings, and I was a child making goofball drawings, and it's I don't know. I think
the main difference is when you're a kid and you look at that, you look at the kid drawings and you're like, oh, that's pretty good. And then when you're adult and you look at it, you go, oh, look at these shitty kid drawings. But I think if you're more aware of like the artistry behind it, you're like, wow, look how he's able to like evoke a child's drawing,
Yeah. Well, and then make a physical version of the drawing that looks so much like it. Like,
Yeah.
I don't
And
know.
also, like, I think as a kid, I felt like he actually was taking drawings by kids. Like, I wasn't able to look at it and be able to spot, like, Al Jaffee's hand in the kid drawings.
Yeah. Is Ed Steckley the one who
That's
had
the one. That's the one who has it, yeah.
Yeah. Dude, that's pretty cool.
You see if his rocket will come on your show.
Like, yeah. Let me see your pocket rocket, Ed. You guys don't get it. Jeez Louise. And then here, look at here's some more. I consider this new material.
Oh, speaking of Ed Steckley,
Yeah. What about him?
he did that. Well, he's writing here, and he's got that caricature, of Al Jaffee.
Oh, yeah, there it is. Al Jaffee was a comfortable constant in my life. This write-up could probably end there, but it won't. Well, it does on this show. Yeah, I don't know. I'll be honest. I didn't read any of this. I just feel like, I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm not good with death, and it makes me uncomfortable to talk about. So instead, I make jokes.
I mean, I'll probably thumb through this, but I mean, if people are just saying like, "Oh, I love Al Jaffee for X, Y, and Z," I'm probably not going to be that interested.
Yeah.
But if people are like telling stories about Al Jaffee, then that I would be interested in. Like, do you remember a few issues ago they did the story about like it was on that boat. It was like that like notorious houseboat party or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
It's like that's interesting. It's like that's stuff that like there should be articles like that in Mad now that it's a nostalgia brand, you know?
Yeah, I think this is mostly people eulogizing him.
Yeah. And that's
Which is-
never interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's important, for the people doing it, like closure and stuff. But
I
yeah,
mean,
I don't-
it's nice to do, and you kind of have to do it, but like it's never interesting, you know.
No. In fact, at
And then
funerals,
this Weird Al one, this was in there too recently, wasn't it?
at funerals, when the eulogy happens, I often go, boring.
Get to the body. I came here to see a dead body.
Oh my goodness! What does this man say?
Not me. I always hold up the lighter. I want an encore. It's a good eulogy.
You need to sort an interview with Dick DiBartolo. Just ask. I'm quite certain you can make it happen. Sergio as well. Try and get some of these classic guys now before. Yeah, man, that's true. But also, like, I don't know. There was a time before where, like, my ignorance, like I was aware of my ignorance, and I would just like reach out to people just because I didn't care, and it was like I had this small show, so I'd be like reach out to Kyle or to like
Unlike now
Noah.
where you have 666 subscribers.
Yeah, but I think what's happened, oddly enough, is that I've become more self-conscious about my ignorance. And
Well,
so
you're probably becoming a better interviewer, and so you're probably recognizing where your technique had flaws before, and that's what happens like when you develop at anything, right? Like, it feels like I'm good at this, and then it feels like I'm not so good at this, and that's because you're recognizing what you could be doing better, or at least what you're not doing well enough. Which means you're like almost there to doing that, and then it looking better again, you know?
Yeah. Well, and I have done 2 interviews about Mad Magazine with 2 people that are for a project that I put on hold, and now that it's summer, I'm going to start editing it again. It was Howard Chaykin and Larry Hama. I interviewed both of them, and they went okay. The one with Chaykin went really, really well. That dude is like, he has like this reputation of being curmudgeonly. And I did not at all find him to be that way. He was like incredibly charming and easy to talk to.
Can you imagine if you go back and watch the interview and he's just being really sarcastic?
No, I did. I rewatched both of them, and the Larry Hama one, I like kind of fucked up a few times where I was like, I kind of made a joke, but he didn't get that I was joking.
You do that a lot.
Well, I'm sorry. Like, what do what, make jokes or make jokes that people don't understand?
The latter, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Often when I'm editing the Potter ZB, it's like I'll pick up on the joke like half a sentence later, and I'll be like, okay, now I got to re-edit the sequence. So people get Patrick's joke. Put a laugh track in there.
Listen, I like that. I like that sometimes my jokes take a minute to click in. But yeah, I don't know. Like I should reach out to those guys, and I want to. I think I'm just have to get over myself a little bit.
Yeah.
So yeah. You were going to say something about Al Jaffee.
So this Weird Al Loves Wacky Al Jaffee. Was this not reprinted pretty recently? This is another Steckley, Ed Steckley.
Yeah. No. I mean, this was in a really recent issue. It was from. He was the guest editor in
December 2022. Well, no, but it says that this was originally published in 2023. So I think this is from the Al Jaffee issue.
Yes. Exactly,
you know what? Remember when Mad went to came off newsstands, and then they were like, "Well, we're gonna have some new material," and then they basically every artist they kept on, they did an issue where it's like, "Okay, now you're out the door. Now you're out the door."
Yeah. Yes, that's what this was from. I don't know. I didn't think it called for a reissue. And I mean, this is I don't know. Again, I get it, but Mad. Okay, I'm gonna kind of talk out of two sides of my mouth, right? Because early on, the Mad 100th issue, I was kind of annoyed because I was like, it's I know that you're just sort of this somewhat cynical at times magazine, and you don't take yourself seriously. You're the punchline of your own jokes often. But it's a 100th issue. It would have been cool that instead of Close Encounters of the First Kind, that it would be cooler if you had something for the 100th issue. But they didn't, and it's whatever. They did for subsequent anniversary issues, and I thought it's good to do that. This is a very sweet gesture from one friend to another. 200th, yes, thank you. Because they did do something for the 100th, and it said "big deal" under it. But it's a very sweet gesture from one friend to another. But it's is it a page in Mad Magazine? I don't know.
It's a little sparse.
Yeah. Also, yeah, if you're gonna, Sam, no, I'm not gonna criticize a man's gesture of kindness to his friend.
Oh, but go back to that page for a second.
Yeah.
Keep this page in mind. Are you gonna fold it?
I know what it's gonna be.
It's gonna be a heart.
Yeah. And then
keep that in mind.
Before I criticize it, you mean?
No, I mean just keep it in mind as we move forward in this issue.
It says, "We love you, Al," and it's a heart.
Yeah.
The unfoldable Al. Is that the joke? Because we just folded him?
No, you'll see.
Okay.
But so here we go. We got a nice Tom Richmond ode to Al Jaffee.
There's your fly, dude.
There you go. See, I told you. That's one of his more, and also the suicide ones on the wall too with the
dude,
with the artist there.
Yeah. What do you got?
I think those.
Yeah, the first.
I was just saying it's a nice Tom Richmond drawing. This is new, I take it.
What's that?
This
artist?
This spread, yeah.
This is a new artist, yeah. His name's Tom Richmond.
No, I mean, this is a new piece of art and a new piece of writing.
Yes.
See, this is the kind of thing it would be nice to have in this Nostalgia Mad, is a 2-page spread, where you get an artist to talk about Mad, or you hire an illustrator to illustrate a story about Mad or something. That would be interesting.
That would be really cool. And I mean, this
But
is
it's like
like,
they're not going to spend any money on Mad if they don't have to.
yeah, I think this write-up is kind of cool because it does a little bit of what you want, which is storytelling.
Yeah.
It also, he has a line in this. I scanned it real quick that I thought was like really good because it was honest. And it's like, you know, people, it's interesting. Like, if you ever like, so my dad died, and it's interesting how what people's view of him is now that he's dead. And it's like, I don't know. I think some people have a dishonest view of who my father was, right? It's not really objective. It's like how they maybe wanted him to be rather than how he was. But it was this right here where he goes, Al was not the greatest artist that ever worked at Mad. That would probably have to go to Drucker or Davis or Wood. He was not the greatest writer to have ever worked at Mad either. That title might have gone to Frank Jacobs or Dick DiBartolo or Arnie Kogan or Desmond Devlin or Tom Koch or, again, too long a list. He was the greatest cartoonist who ever worked for Mad. He combined both writing and art at the highest levels and sustained that greatness over the course of Mad's long run. I really liked that. I thought that was like a really sweet and honest write-up where it's like, I don't know. That was just very charming to me.
He writes really, really nicely about Mad. If you visit his blog or his website or whatever you want to call it, he's got a lot of really nice articles on there about Mad, which I often mildly disagree with, but but he does write really nicely about Mad, and he's a good source to go to. And then this is a really nice drawing, and I like that it sort of captures like a lot of his stuff that he's done. And there's also some personal touches, like that Calvin Coolidge letter or whatever at the top. It's like, obviously that's something that's not, you wouldn't know about unless you knew Al Jaffee.
Yeah. Wow, this is sweet. This was a cool thing. I like your idea though about like the write-ups of stories. I think that would be a pretty neat thing to insert every once in a while.
Yeah, like, or do like an ongoing series, you know, where you do like the history of Mad or something, and you start from the beginning and be like, you know, like first 2 issues of Mad or whatever. Here's some stuff about it. Here's an artist doing a write-up about it. You know, here's like Mad becomes, you know, comes under the you know, attention of the moral panic or something, right? Like, I feel like that's something that's not been written about, right? Like, you know, you hear about horror comics being targeted by, you know, Wortham and his ilk.
Yeah.
But you don't hear about Mad so much, even though Mad probably was under their radar, you know, like.
Dude, what if there was a write-up about, I mean, you could even do things like, I had 2 thoughts and I can only remember one of them. Do you have people like Mort Todd, right? And he has this awesome story about like sneaking into the Mad offices when he was the editor at Cracked. Like, how fun would that be? Like, do a little.
Imagine that illustrated by like Dan Klaus or something, you know, or Tom Richmond even would be good for that one because he was at Cracked and obviously doesn't have any respect for it, you know, like. Although maybe that would be a bad pairing because they wouldn't have been at the same time. You better get like Walter Brogan or someone who like worked with him. And also that would be neat to see like Cracked artists in Mad, you know, 20 years later.
Yeah.
Or whatever, or 40 years later. Like, that would be interesting.
Welcoming them to the graveyard of humor magazines.
But the thing is, like, Susie probably had to, like, get permission to get, like, an extra page in Mad. And they're like, well, this really famous artist died. You know, like, you probably haven't heard of him, but because you are, you know, work for Discovery Channel or whatever, but
yeah,
he's actually very important.
Dude, I can't wait till you email her.
I will not. I mean, I might email her for something else, but not that.
Oh, dude, you better. It's going to be so sick. This is, okay, Peter Kuper. This is not one of those, like, playful panel-ish ones that I had mentioned before.
But it's a fold-in.
It is a fold-in. It's kind of cool. My daughter was, like, very excited to show this to me. all of the things that were like fold-ins, she was like, "Can I fold them?" And I was like, "What the hell did you just say?"
We don't fold in this house. Gotta do this. Put your little fingers up between your eyes. It's just as good. You know what that's like?
Yeah,
That's like off-brand cereal or something.
dude, I think. Wait, I talked about doing that, didn't I, on the live stream?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it works. So, and then we have a mad look at Al Jaffee.
This is very weird, because this is, when you go to it, it says 2 new pages created by Sergio in memory of his dear friend Al Jaffee.
Yeah.
But the first part was from the All Jaffee issue, I think, from 2020.
Yeah. And they were like, "We need more." I don't know. It's kind of fun. Look, he's getting scolded by everybody. And then he goes to Mad, and he's not scolded any longer. I don't know.
What's going on in this top one here?
On the
he's going to
second, on the
games.
new stuff? Oh.
Okay, he's looking at the fold. Oh, I see. So first he's like, "Look, a fold out," and Gaines is like, "No, that's too much money." So I'm looking at the second page
Oh, the second page.
at the top. I mean, the
Oh,
second
yeah.
spread. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the story
And then
of
he's like,
the
"Oh no,
fold.
it'll fold in." And it's like that's basically what happened.
Yeah.
I like that he's got the rocket there on his table.
Yeah. There's a lot of fun
The
little chicks
then
there.
missing rocket.
Yeah. This is inaccurate. This is historically inaccurate.
All right.
Well, I guess maybe it wasn't missing at the time. We don't know when it went missing.
I like the one right below that. That's pretty funny.
It's drawing a big fat so. Oh, that's awesome. Oh my god. Oh, how about this one? Look at this is me. All right, look at you got the Mads in the white box. Ooh yeah, bagged and boarded. Oh yeah. I've given my daughter permission to start looking at the back issues.
There you go. How old's your kid?
9 years old.
Eh,
It's a good age
little
for
old to
it,
start
right?
mad, I guess. But
Little young?
6 is where you start with mad. I think.
Nah, dude.
You should be learning to read as you're reading mad.
Yeah. Look at here's Sue's. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez, whatever. Listen, I'm so pissed about this email situation.
What?
You know what I'm talking about.
But it's look. It's not a realistic thing to ask.
I think it's 100% realistic to ask.
No, it's not. That's your problem. You're living in the clouds, man.
Yeah.
Live in the real world.
Dude, she doesn't even dude. YouTube sensations Patty McInerney and Kyle Bridgett are the guest editors.
We don't even have 2,000 followers between us.
And if we did, most of them would be yours. Oh my goodness. Yeah, dude. What do you think of this fold in?
Well, this is the one I was saying. Remember that one from earlier.
We love
So get
you,
your two
Al.
fingers up. Get your 2 fingers up
No,
here.
I'll fold it.
Take
All right, hold on. I got to move my mic. I got to do this. I think I know. I did finger it earlier, so I think I know. I don't have a bald spot, do I?
No,
It's a
unless
little
you're using hair in a can.
No, it's a little greasy. I got it from some kids who are spray painting King Dork on your car. Okay, what's the hardest thing? What is one of the hardest things about losing a giant like Al Jaffee? Making a fold-in about losing him. And
It's a heart.
Yeah.
So it's like they kind of spoiled that one.
Oh, yeah, that's the double thing. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's twice in it that they spoiled a later joke.
Yeah, well, and it's like, yeah. Well, I mean, can you call it a joke?
It's a it's a punchline.
Yeah. What's the hardest thing about losing Al Jaffee? Making a fold-in.
Listen, not all jokes are guffaw funny. You know?
Hey, good point, Harvey Esquire. All she can do is say no. He's talking about the email.
Yeah. And also think less of me for asking a stupid thing.
Well, then you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to email her.
Okay, go for it.
It's probably something like...
Straight to spam.
Susie Hutchinson at warnerbrothers.com/EC.
Do you want me to see?
Yeah.
I'll tell you if you're correct.
Well, don't do that. Don't do that, Kyle.
No, not quite.
All right. Anyway, how about this one though? Here's a nice little air travel one. Listen. No, I'm not going to say anything.
Okay, well, look at before you flip it over. Look at the very bottom corner. There's a one final send off for Al Jaffee there. It's kind of nice.
Oh, that is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right down here. I'm going to zoom in. Oopsies. For those who... It says, originally published, Mad, number 299, December 1990. Oh, wait a sec. You're talking about this one.
Yeah, not the same thing they publish on every single page.
Thank you, Mr. Jaffee. Safe travels.
There you go. That's a nice little farewell that they've included.
Yeah.
And it balances the layout a bit.
Yeah. It was just the second half was pretty heavy. With
I guess. I mean,
in memoriam things. Do you think Susie was like, "Hey, Sam, will you do a half-assed fold-in for us?" Or do you think she was like, "Will you do something for us?" And Sam was like, "Yeah, here you go." And she was like, "But we already have somebody who does the fold." And he was like, "Here you go, Susie."
It could be, or it could be that he did it for something else, and they were like, "Can we use that?"
That's probably. It could
have been like a National Cartoonist Society like thing.
Yeah,
because like they do a lot of that stuff.
In memoriam.
Yeah, like if someone, and like I think Jaffee was like, I don't know if he was a founding member, but he was like I think he was like a major figure in the National Cartoonist Society.
Yeah, I don't know, but I just like having this. You guys can't see it. Having this one, and then also having, like you were saying, the spoiler thing. This one, I mean, no, like Sam is a talented artist.
Well, he's probably getting up there.
Yeah, well, he's not 98, right? Yeah, I don't know. Or how old was Al Jaffee when he died? 102?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know.
He was 98 when like the all Jaffee issue came out, I think.
Yeah. So I don't know. Listen, you know what? Maybe it's just it's because I'm a Bill Ray fan, and I know Bill Ray and Sam have beef, and I'm being unfair in my criticism.
Viviano started in 81, and he was doing other humor mags before that,
like Bananas.
So like he has to be at least 44, assuming he started when he was in the womb.
Yeah, no, he's probably in his like late 70s would be my guess. But
yeah,
yeah, that would be. He would be a really good person to talk to, though. Too, I bet he has like. The problem is with like some of these guys, I get the sense that there's like they're somewhat protective of the reputation of Mad, and it's like there's not like officially agreed upon, but it's sort of like, well, this is how
they're keeping kayfabe.
Yeah, so that's the problem. Is it's almost like when you go and see somebody at a con who's talking at a panel, and it's like, well, this is the story. These are the stories I tell. I know these stories, and I've told them before. And so that's like the other downside of interviewing some people sometimes.
Well, what you do is you get them on, and you only talk about bananas. You keep bringing it back to bananas.
So when you were working at Bananas, what was editorial like?
What was it like working with Sam Viviano? Was anyone else in that book?
I mean, there must have been, but he was doing all the covers, right?
I think he was doing a lot of stuff in that book.
Yeah.
I think the one that they have on the archive is like a collection. I think it's mostly Sam Viviano. But I think he was also in like Crazy and some other ones. So it would be funny to get him on and only ask about that. Were you upset that you never got to draw the Nebbish? How did you feel when they brought in Obnoxio the Clown? Did you feel like...
Or be like, so your time at Mad, how did you feel about Cracked?
Is he in Cracked? I think he might have been in Cracked too, actually.
Yeah,
like in the 70s.
But only ask him about what Cracked magazine was doing while he was at Mad at the time.
Did you ever read Cracked? How did you feel about when Mort retired from being the editor? Did you feel like the magazine took a downward slope, or was it on an upward trajectory that continued to Dick Culpa?
Dude, like, honestly, I think one of the greatest dudes to interview, who would be very real about everything, would be Bill Ray. I think that's somebody where you could just like find out a lot of wild shit.
So Bill Ray, when you were doing Not Brand Ec, how did you feel that Forbish Man was on the cover, but you were actually doing a Conan parody?
Oh my god. Oh, look at here. I've neglected the chat. Sam made a card for Al first.
There you go.
Then it made it into the magazine. Okay, so it's a reprint anyway. I remember issue, or 1/4 of the issue is memorial to Frank Jacobs. No, it wasn't 1/4 of the issue. That's not true.
But like, why not? Like, you're just rehashing the same stuff that we've seen, like, most of it like 20 times, you know? So it's like, why not get some people into writing? It's because they don't have any money. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Like, Mad will continue as long as no money is put into it.
Yeah. So we have to continue that?
Well, I mean, just like, I don't think there's any money to put new stuff in Mad. Like, I think there's like a budget. That's what they got.
Dude, I got very excited when Discovery bought them. And I'm still optimistic, though less so now. Because I said at the time, Discovery is in the business of making things. Whereas AT&T, they are a telecommunications company. So there at least culturally would be, I would hope, a difference between those two things.
Mad's also not a comic book too, right? Like, it's like a magazine and it has a cultural cachet, you know? This is 1/4. You want him to say 1/4 instead? I mean, I don't care what he says. I don't listen most of the time.
We have 1/4 in America. We have 4 quarters, actually. We got all 4. You guys only get the 1.
Well, actually, we do like sort of like memorial coins every year.
Yeah.
So we have lots of quarters. You can get one with like a trout on it. You can get one with like something else. I think the trout's actually on a nickel or something.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. My kids were digging through vending machine, fishing out coins, and they got a bunch of quarters. They got like $1.50 in quarters and 1 rupee.
Oh.
Yeah, so that was pretty sick. They're like,
so you won't let them read Mad, but you're teaching them how to steal.
I did not teach them how to do that. They were figuring it out. They figured it out, and I walked by and I said, I'll leave you girls to it.
Listen, see something, say something.
No way, dude.
No, I agree. I agree. You should close your mouth.
Yeah, kids need to be able to
Let
get
'em
into
steal.
mischief.
Let
Well,
'em
it's just
steal.
mischief, right? It's not
What's theft? It's theft under.
whatever. Hey, Kyle.
Also vandalism.
Shit, I'm gonna go rat on him now.
Fraud if they planned it.
Kyle Bridgett, you're a friend of the show. People should check out your channel.
You should, yeah. Go check it out at Little Cozy Nostril. I've got a show on there called Canonically Crumb, where I explore the comics and characters of R. Crumb's Crummyverse. There you go.
There I go.
And I also do a live stream, although I'm really close to taking an indefinite hiatus. So, but in the meantime, that's every Sunday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Central Time. The Nostril Zone, where we listen to tunes and draw cartoons.
Yes, indeed. That his link is down in the description of this video. In the chat, I just dropped the link to the Potter ZB YouTube channel, where you can also find links to the Amazon, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all of that good stuff you can find right there. You want to support me, patreon.com/flippinthrough, or go to my Etsy store found on flippinthrough.com. Buy some buttons. Buy that Al Jaffee button. I'm not above profiteering. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Toodaloo.